The round of 16 of the Club World Cup is nearly here, and with unlimited transfers in the next round for the fantasy game, here are all the players I think you should be bringing in for your side. Before we get into the video, as always, be sure to like and subscribe. The support does not go unnoticed. And of course, if you are interested in being in my mini league, use the code that is on the screen right now or click the link in the description. Unfortunately, we don't know all of the teams participating in the round of 16. With the short deadlines, it's hard to prepare for things like this. However, we have got a pretty good idea of who will go through, with some already qualified and others we can just go off predicted data. Here we are, the predicted bracket sourced from Football Rankings on Twitter. I'll leave their link in the description. Just to clarify, this video was recorded on the 23rd, so it's unlikely that this graphic is 100% accurate, but we will compensate for that when we move on to players to target. Palmeiras face Botafogo, and this is very likely going to happen unless Atletico Madrid get a high scoring win against Botafogo in game week 3. This game is between two non-European sides, so it is very interesting. The two sides have massively impressed so far, and most of their players are low owned and low price, so it could be a very rewardful route to go through if you're looking to climb the ranks. I think Palmeiras go into this game as favourites. I believe they are higher in the Brazilian league than Botafogo, but we never know. After all, Botafogo did beat the best team in the world in the group stages. There's a clear favourite in the second game. Chelsea haven't been very good so far in this tournament. Parma is yet to be involved and they look very poor defensively. And all of those things are not ideal when you face Bayern Munich. It seems obvious, but at least one Bayern Munich attacker for the round of 16 will be popular and probably very ideal. Inter Fluminense is another interesting one. A lot of the South American sides have been surprisingly good this tournament, and upset is definitely on the cards. And a few Fluminense players could be useful when targeting the scouting bonus points rule. Man City would be overwhelming favourites if they are to face Al Hilal in the round of 16. You'd expect Man City to put out stronger sides as the tournament progresses, so pet roulette may become less of a problem. The prize money for winning this tournament is absolutely ridiculous, so teams will start to take it very seriously in the near future. If PSG face Inter Miami, a triple up on PSG would be the ideal situation. Dembele should be back for this game, which only makes PSG stronger. This is one of those games where the better team will score 3 or 4, and obviously PSG assets will be very popular. Even if it isn't against Inter Miami, the other possible games are very favourable for them. And they have the highest percentage probability of reaching the final, according to Football Rankings, of 30%. Man City come in at second with 29%. Benfica Flamengo is a very even one, could go either way, and the assets have been very useful in the group stages. Dortmund should be beating River Plate if it comes to that. Guirassy showed his talent in the second game, but Dortmund as a whole did look slightly leaky at the back, so that is something to think about when debating using Dortmund defenders. And the final predicted round of 16 game is between two very big teams, Real Madrid and Juventus. Mbappe should be back for Real Madrid at this point, and that makes the already incredible Real Madrid side even better, although Juventus have been very good this tournament. Yildiz and Kolo Muani have been scoring fantasy points for fun, and their players from a price point of view are very good. Of course, as I said, these are not the definite fixtures. It is just very interesting to look at. We'll move on to players to target now, and I'll incorporate players and sides who are not included in the projected bracket, just in case they do make it through. Piquerez is the first player on my target list. He started off in the Club World Cup with an 8 and a 9 pointer, and that is mainly because how solid Palmeiras have been defensively, but Piquerez does possess a goal threat. He is a wing back, so it's highly surprising, but 6 goal involvements in 27 games for Palmeiras so far this season, and he also might be on penalties for Palmeiras. He's took 2 and converted 2 from the spot. A 100% record, and defenders score a lot of points for goals, so that makes a Piquerez pick even better. And in the very likely world where Palmeiras face Botafogo, I'll definitely be bringing him in. He's someone who I've talked about previously on my Twitter, and if you're looking for more Club World Cup fantasy content, be sure to have a look at my Twitter. That'll be linked in the description. My final round of 16 team selection will be posted on there. Musiala has been the victim of reduced minutes in the Club World Cup, but he is still a very key player for Bayern Munich, and he's also getting very close to full fitness. He's picked up 26 goal involvements for Bayern Munich this season, and overall, when he becomes fully fit, he is one of the best assets in the game. We saw that in Euro Fantasy, and I doubt it will be any different in Club World Cup Fantasy. And with how good Bayern are, I say it's pretty important to have at least one Bayern Munich attacker. Arias comes off the back of a massive haul as of the time of recording, a 14-pointer, goal from a direct free kick and an assist. And because he is under 5% ownership, he picked up 2 additional points for the scouting bonus points rule. He's currently 3.5% selected, so if it comes to it, he may become the main differential in the game. Mamelodi Sundowns, the South African team, I'm not sure if I got that name right. We're not in the bracket shown in the graphic, but they still have a very decent chance of qualifying. Their standout for me being Lucas Ribeiro, 8 goal involvements for him in his last 8 games. He's clearly on some super good form, so like Arias, could be a decent way in finding a differential. Got another midfielder here, but a more popular one. However, I imagine his 20% ownership consists of mainly dead accounts, people who don't play the game anymore, because he has been injured for most of this tournament. But Dembele should be back for the knockout rounds. He is PSG's main man when he is playing, and if he does play, he will more than likely pick up some fantasy points. Dembele has 46 goal involvements and 49 club games in the season, incredible numbers, and amongst the engaged community, he will be a very good pick. Really, all we've got to do is keep up to date with availability news before the deadline. There are loads of good options from Benfica, despite them being relatively poor so far this tournament. Pavlidis, Di Maria, Aktakoglu, all of those players being equally deserving for a spot in this segment, but I wanted to mix things up and stop recommending midfielders, so Otamendi has saved me here. Benfica have been poor, and from a defensive point of view, failed to keep a clean sheet in Game Week 1, and I'm pretty confident they were in Game Week 3 when they faced Bayern Munich. But in his first 2 games in the tournament, Otamendi has picked up 2 assists and a goal. In a previous video, I did mention Otamendi's goal threat, and that is for good reason. 8 goals as a centre-back is very impressive, and despite being very old for a footballer, he will always start unless an injury comes up, so there is no rotation risk. For me, Julian Brandt has been poorly priced by FIFA. He is very much a lower price alternative to Adeyemi, and arguably a better option regardless of price. He has been on some amazing form recently, 7 goal involvements in his previous 8 games, 5 assists and 2 goals. In the world where Dortmund face River Plate in the round of 16, Dortmund attackers will be very popular, but I think many will go for Adeyemi, so maybe it could be a good idea to go for Brandt alongside Guirassy due to Brandt's lower price and lower ownership. Kenan Yildiz is a final player I'm going to recommend, and at 3.5% ownership he is currently a massive differential, and I'm not sure for what reason. He has the second most points in the game so far, 27, one behind Elise with 28, and with how impressive the Juventus attack has been so far, Kolo Muani also being pivotal in that attack, I thought it's only right to include a Juventus attacker. They face Man City in Game Week 3, and that'll give us a good idea how they will fare against the better sides. But regardless of who they play, Yildiz is definitely a great attacking option at a price tag of 7.3 million. Now to end this video, I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at how I'm doing in the Club World Cup Fantasy so far, and honestly it's been pretty good. I think I'm around 600th in the world, and I had a high of 200. Benfica players have been very nice to me. I think in Game Week 1 I had Otamendi captain, and in Game Week 2 is Di Maria captain. And overall, I've hit 100 points in both game weeks. I took a -3 in Game Week 2, so I ended up on 97. But 197 points is a very good start to the game. And hopefully I can build on that in Game Week 3 with a wildcard in hand as well, that many people use in Game Week 2. I'll probably use my max captain in the final, because that is probably the only good time you can use it, because it's pretty useless anywhere else. The mystery booster is meant to come out today. I'm not sure when. It may be on the Game Week 3 deadline. Maybe that will alter my thinking with the booster use, but overall I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. And yeah, so if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. The support, as I said, does not go unnoticed. And yeah, good luck in the round of 16, Game Week 4 in Club World Cup Fantasy.